Wherever you're comfortable, if you want to use the podium or you sit down, whatever you like. We're going to now do a Q&A with these two candidates, okay? And what we'd like to do is, if you did want to do the, as I like to call it, the secret ballot, there is a cards and pencils back there if you want to write your question down and pass it forward. Of course, it's not all that secret because there's only so many of us in here, and we'll see you walking back there. So you could write asking for a friend, maybe. That might be the way to do it. So we have a microphone. So if you have a question that you're going to ask here live, we want you to do it on the microphone so they can hear it on cable and also hear it on the internet. A lot of people will look at this later. And if we don't get enough questions, I have some questions that, in my opinion, are pretty good. So nobody goes away empty-handed. So let's start with anybody in the room. Any questions? Jack, if you could go to the microphone.
Hi, Jack Newton. There's been a lot of talk in the state of New Hampshire. There's several communities that want to go become a sanctuary city. What are your views on sanctuary city?
So
how do you want to...
Just so you guys know, you need to be in front of the microphone. Yeah, so let me help out the audience here, because Jack is, great minds think alike, Jack. So, definition of a sanctuary city is a municipality that adopts a policy of protecting illegal immigrants by not prosecuting them or reporting them for violating federal immigration laws. This can be set out in a law or observed in practice by not using local money to enforce federal immigration law. So I think we hear that term sanctuary city, we don't necessarily know what that means. So that's basically the Concord Monitor's definition. So if you guys want to go.
Well, I'm totally against sanctuary cities. I believe that the immigrants coming up, there's way too many of them. We can't sustain that. I just went to California on a vacation, and you would not believe the people that are living on the streets out there. And to get more and more and more of them, nobody's taking care of them. So definitely I'm opposed to sanctuary cities.
I have mixed feelings about this. I think at present I need to learn more about it, but certainly that we need to follow the rule of law on this issue. Well, that's what I believe at present. I don't foresee making Newton a sanctuary city. I don't think we're at that point. And again, these are complicated issues, and we'll certainly research them very thoroughly when they come up in Concord. So thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You good, Jack?
I have a couple other questions, or should I give up the mic?
Let me just ask this one that somebody gave us, and then, okay, so we have a submitted question. Given our current representative's voting record of 97%, quoted from the Eagle Tribune, how do you, the person who wrote the question said that's from the Eagle Tribune, I'm assuming that's correct. How do you propose to meet or exceed this record given your work-family responsibilities?
Well, I'm self-employed, number one, so I can go and come as I please. I'm brand new to Concord. I would be brand new to Concord, so I have intentions of turning around and talking with Mary, as well as Dick Gordon, the other one, that did not run this year, and getting advice from them, to be honest with you.
If you guys want to, just a suggestion is you just stand, to the side, and then when it's your turn, that way you don't have to keep sitting down and standing up.
Okay, I have I want to do in Concord, a lot of energy and enthusiasm. I am self-employed, I'm an empty nester, and I look forward to being there and being on the committees and showing up. Is that?
Sounds
I'd
good.
love to.
Jack.
Ask another question.
Actually, before Jack goes, anybody else? We'll have you bump right in front of Jack and just push him aside. All right, go ahead, Jack.
Northern Pass, what do you both feel about it? You think it should go through the way it is? Should it be buried? What are your views? I mean, if you've ever been up in the northern part of the state, and I spend a lot of time up there, and you see the stuff that's up there now, it's kind of ugly, so I'd like to see it buried on a personal level, but I'd like to know your feeling about it.
Well, on the Northern Pass is 192 miles long. There's going to be 54 miles of it that are going to be placed underground, and basically the percentage of that is going to be in the White Mountains. There's approximately 80% of the property right now, they have lease, Eversource is the company that's doing this, and they have lease on all that land. There's 20% left. Some of the cities and towns, it's going to, they're going to go through underground and stuff like that. It's coming from Canada, and it's going to end up in Deerfield, New Hampshire. I don't see the town of Newton getting anything out of this. I watched Seabrook go in, and Seabrook, we got nothing from Seabrook except for higher light bills. And I feel as though that we're going to get the same thing out of this. So I got to be honest with you, if it does go, I'd like to see it all go underground, just like Jack does, but I'd rather see it not go, okay?
How nice that we completely agree on this issue. I was against Northern Pass. I've had people tell me, well, if nothing else, if we can't prevent it, we've got to get it buried, because New Hampshire is great, because, we're all here for the same reason. It's a beautiful state. It's an eyesore. I've read those statistics. We don't get much out of it. So it just seems to me like another example of a big corporation kind of to us. So that's my position.
Thank you.
Lisa, question?